Man, I'm tired. Yeah, close the windows and stuff because the sprayer stuff's going. Um, no, Lord Jesus told me I'm not required to die for any of you. Okay. And I'm like, okay. Doesn't make me cocky and overconfident about, a healthy physical existence that, um, to a long and healthy, beautiful, respectful, kind, caring, loving, appreciative life that I deserve. That doesn't make me cocky and think, oh, it's in the bag. I've sealed it. I'm good to go. All right. It doesn't. Worst case scenario is that, that I work my ass off for everybody to come visit my dad. They all still are too cowardly to stand up for the Lord's Prayer with me. Um, uh, I, my dad passes away. To teach me a lesson about, the Lord and how he punishes people that doesn't accept him as God. My family all ends me up homeless, and I die from testicular and prostate cancer, slowly homeless here in the most disgusting community in the history of the fucking world because they have the Messiah born here and they won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer with him, and he's the only one that does it. And they slowly kill him to teach him a lesson, to show him how rotten people are and that there's nothing he can do to change them. If that's what shifts the technology to kill the people that will abuse, the precious Lord Earl to death to teach him a lesson, and then traps all the people that stood and watched me die without helping in hell. That's what I'll do. I'll do whatever I need to do to make sure that the children inherit the Lord's Prayer on planet Earth till the end of time as soon as possible. You know, I'm not afraid to do it. I'm not afraid to take the crucifixion and turn it into a 58-year-old torture to the bitter end, to the death. I'm tough. Probably might take 40 and 59 years. Maybe they'll embarrass the hell out of me and put me in a hotel on Picacho with the military acting like they actually fucking give a shit whether I live or die. I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm not a sick pile of shit in this town. This is the worst uh, community in the history of the world. Okay. The Messiah was born here, performed the Lord's Prayer dutifully. Okay. Michael Aquino and Antoine LaVey sexually abused his wife, and it affected the kids heinously. And the president of the United States, with Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, most likely watched it happen through uh, cameras in the apartment because Jeff Boatwright being a registered sex offender, so the state of Arizona can have surveillance equipment in the apartments, and never took it out after it was put in with the okay of the landlord, because the landlord owns the equipment, wants to keep the community safe, and wants to do a public service and stuff. So, I've already explained all this stuff over and over and over again. And Jesus, tells me I'm not required to die for you, but he never told me, that he never said that they would do the whole David Rockefeller thing, they'll gladly kill each other over me until the bitter end and stuff, that I wouldn't have to, perform the most disgusting and horrible public example, quote anonymously, of saying it for Lord's Prayer, torturous uh, crucifixion in the history of the world, to get the technology to kill the people that performed it and trap everybody in hell that watched it. So he never told me that, Earl, you don't have to do that. I was like, if that's what I got to do for the children to live the Lord's Prayer, Jesus, I'll do what I got to do. I'm not afraid. Life is eternal and grace is infinite. 2 and 2 is 4. Share, care, give in accordance to need, build to last, and forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. That's my objective. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of you, the devil. No, I'm not afraid of you, Satan. And as far as the people that were abused with me, my children and my wives and stuff like that, um, I understand they got brain damage. I understand that everybody. I've already explained that to you. After it's 60 that I've good timing in 66, and everybody else has brain damage and it's hard to cut, and they're cognitively fearful. I don't want that to happen to me, and I don't want this to happen to Gabe. I don't want this to happen to Mike. I don't want this to happen to Patrick. I don't want this to happen to Noah. Okay, I don't want this to happen to anybody. I don't wish this on Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Okay. I don't wish this on George Soros and all the mega moguls in social media. I don't wish this on the worst piles of shit in the history of the world. What you guys are doing to me to try to teach me a lesson to, oh, your God and your faith. It's like, if this is how you plan to throw down with any little hoe around and be your naughty by nature, that you're going to do what you're going to do. I can't stand up and deliver the eternal beauty of the Gospels for you. Okay, I can do it for Jesus Christ. I can do it for my immaculate faith. I can do it because I love the children and I'm sick of you adult piles of shit that deny, and your kids grow up and your kids are growing up to be just like you because none of them will stand up publicly if they're public figures and have the access and the means as a celebrity to say, hey, yes, I'm upset because, I'm 18 years old and my parents wouldn't let me stand up for this guy, Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. on social media, or they'd take all my money or have me committed, and have me sedated. So, I'm not a coward like you guys, okay? And I'm not afraid to teach my family a lesson to, worship God properly and understand the Spirit of Jesus is a living human being that is connected to a living human being among us that teaches his perfection, and that's the maturity of life is eternal, grace is infinite, forgive debt and trespass, love one another, eternal faithful peace, and share and care, given according to need to build to last. Be a real Hebrew, And the people on TV that came to be, Israel, they're not behaving like Hebrews. I'm the one who believes like, all the people on TV, the priests, the pastors, all the people claiming to be religious and stuff like that, they don't behave like King Solomon. They don't behave like King David. They don't behave like Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm the living example of those people. I'm the living example of Queen Esther's and Ruth's faith, not the people on TV making billions of dollars and having millions of followers to perform genocide through bad brain chemical addiction and stuff. Okay, so let's load this up and let's see what we can do with the AI, and how we can get the AI to shift, maybe without me being murdered publicly by a bunch of psychotic, disgusting, faithless perverts. Because I deserve to live a long, healthy life, being loved and appreciated, But if that's not part of your plan, we gonna do what you gonna do, So, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid at all of worst case scenario. Wayne's World through Earl doesn't exist, and fuck him, he's an asshole. Yeah, I know how you are. I'm not naive, and I don't sit there and think, oh, like Jesus said, I'm hopeful that you guys will change, but I don't expect it, and I expect to do everything mostly myself, and I'm not afraid to do it. Okay, guys, I love you very much, but you just we'll see how this goes. But I'm trusting the Lord and the people Jesus gave me to help me do what I need to do, regardless of how disgusting you are. All right. And yes, I still love you because life is eternal and grace is infinite. And the spirit, of the children to come is probably most of you watching and laughing and thinking you're winning.